I planted 170 garlic in November in 3 completely different growing environments. And today we are harvesting garlic from all 3 locations. The first environment that I'm going to be harvesting from is the metal raised bed. This raised bed actually went in last April, so the soil is relatively new soil. The other areas is in-ground as well as a wooden raised bed. The wooden raised bed is about 3 to 4 years old, but I did amend all 3 locations beforehand. I have a feeling that the best garlic and the biggest bulbs is going to come from the in-ground, followed by the metal raised bed, and the smallest bulbs are probably going to come from the wooden raised bed. I feel this because of the size of the stalks in the different areas. The ones in the in-ground are much larger than the ones in the wooden bed right next to it, and these ones are right in between. I don't know if they're going to do well because I did plant them about a month later than I usually did, and I pulled my scapes about 3 weeks ago. So we'll see how these do. You can tell that garlic is typically ready when you see the bottom 4 leaves are all dried, just like here. And so I'm going to be harvesting them and hopefully we get a good harvest. So let's see how much garlic I can pull. And I did find this really neat tool from the garden center recently, and it is supposed to be for weeding, but I figured it is the perfect shape for digging out the garlic from raised beds. So we'll see how this does here. So the box labeled for the metal raised bed, so all the garlic is going to go in this box. So to dig out the garlic, all I'm going to do is put this down underneath and lift up. I'm actually surprised. This one actually looks a lot bigger than I expected compared to the size of the stem. So I'm pretty surprised on that one. I planted all red Russian, so they're all the same garlic here. Oh, that one's tough. Well, apparently they're not all the same because I just pulled up what looks like a elephant ear garlic. This one is huge. Look how big that one is. My goodness. So I guess they were not all the same like I thought. Interesting. This one has some wire worms on it, so that's not a good sign. I thought I was done with a wire worm issue in the other bed. This one has a little bit of damage from wire worms. So typically with garlic, you would let the soil dry out before you harvest. But this bed is 16 feet long and it has all my hot peppers planted on that side. So I couldn't really remove the irrigation on part of it. So the soil is a little wet there, but not too bad. I found a little garden friend, a little worm here. I do have a few onions I just threw in here when I didn't have any more space for onions. So there is a few random straggler onions in here. So this one almost seems like it was in there a bit too long, has a few wire worms on it, but if you leave garlic in too long, it does start to split like that. These ones here, the soil's dried out on this corner, so easy to pull. Okay, this is the last section for this raised bed. I'm going to try and just lightly pull them up, see if I can not have to use the tool. This one, I'm going to have to use the tool because the stem is massive. That one's huge. So this is all from the metal raised bed. I did not count how many I have from here. I'm not sure exactly how many I planted here. All I know is I planted 170 total. So I'll have to count later to find out how many garlic I got out of the 170 I planted. So now I'm going to go pick the garlic out of the other environments. This is the garlic in the wooden raised bed. So let's see what the garlic looks like in this one. Yeah, first one's pretty tiny there. This spot's a little bit squishy over here. So the thing that all three of these growing environments for the garlic have in common is they all are on drip irrigation. I amended all the soil with compost in the fall before planting, as well as I mulched it all with a few inches of straw. Other than that, it could be just different soil in different environments, but those are the three things they had in common. So this bed right here, I know I planted 35 garlic in, and I did count that I do have 33. So I am only down 2 garlic from what I planted in here, which is really good numbers. However, like expected, based on the size of the garlic stems, several of them are quite tiny. These ones are pretty disappointing in the size of garlic bulbs. So we'll see how the one behind me with the biggest stalks look. I'm assuming those are the biggest garlic I'm gonna get. So let's see. Okay, so this is the garlic in the in-ground section. And as you can see, the stalks are quite a bit thicker on some of these. So I'm a little excited to see how big this garlic is, or if the plant is just a little deceiving. So we'll see. Just gonna play tug-of-war with the garlic. Oh, that was tough. Okay, this one's tough. Okay, that one's pretty big. Oh, that was a lot of work. It's also very hot out here. Okay, so this is the in-ground garlic, so let's go compare them. Okay, so here I have counted 156 garlic out of 70 planted, so I only lost 14 out of that many, so that's not too bad. I am a little surprised at how the different environments did. So originally in the beginning I said that I thought the in-ground would be the best because of the size of the stalks, then it would be the metal raised beds, and then the worst would be the wooden raised beds. So the one thing I did get right was the wooden raised bed had the smallest stalks, and some of them are very tiny, whereas some of them are not bad size for garlic, but overall it did the worst out of the three. What did surprise me is the size of the stalks on the in-ground were a bit larger than the size of the stalks on the metal raised bed. However, the size of the bulbs on the in-ground versus the size of the bulbs on the metal raised bed are much different. So in the in-ground, I counted there's 60 bulbs here, and in the metal raised bed, there is 63 bulbs. And you can see there's only 3 bulbs difference. You can see the difference in the size of the bulbs comparing, they're almost the same amount. So yeah, there was a few bigger ones in ground, but there was also a lot of very tiny ones. Whereas in the metal raised beds, I did get the surprise elephant ear, which is the size of a softball. But the garlic overall is a lot better. There was only a few that were tiny out of the metal raised bed, but I think all in all, considering I planted a month later than I normally would in mid-November, I think I still got a really good harvest. So some of them are really small and I won't be able to replant them or store them for the winter. Those ones I'm gonna be turning into my pickles once the pickling cucumbers, I get into full swing making those. But I think they did not too bad. So next thing, I'm going to be curing my garlic.
Now it is time to cure the garlic.
The garlic has been sitting in the carport all day long in the boxes to try and dry out the soil a little bit on it because the soil was a bit wet from being where the drip irrigation is. So now I'm able to easily knock off as much soil as I can. With curing, you just have to make sure that the garlic is getting enough airflow in a dry place that does not have any sunlight. What I have here is I am laying some of the garlic flat here, and then some of them I just have through the slots of these wire here where I am just hanging it that way. Another way that you can hang garlic is just like this right here. So I will show you how I can do that. So to tie up the garlic, I usually tie up about 10 of them, and I have this roll of twine here. I cut a very long piece of twine and I loop it together. I put the loop underneath here, so I have the loop on one side and the loose ends on the other, and I wrap it through here, and that makes kind of like a bit of a slip knot. So then you have the garlic ready to hang. So to hang the garlic, I have this lattice here, but if you have a screen-in porch or an area that does not have sunlight, that is shaded and has good airflow outside, then that would work as well. So I'm just tying this through here just like that, and then I will leave the garlic hanging along here for about 3 weeks or so until all these ends are completely dried out. So I have separated out the larger cloves here so I can use these for replanting in the fall, because you need to have much larger clove size for planting for the fall. These are just tiny ones that I pulled a few weeks ago because I noticed that they were falling over and they had a few wireworms in it. But this is just an example of what you want it to look like when the garlic is cured. So these are obviously really tiny, but you want all the plants to be completely dried off just like that. So there you go. That is my 2026 garlic harvest that I now have harvested them all, as well as have them laid out for curing. If you like this video and would like to see more gardening videos like this, please hit that like button, hit subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one. And like always, thank you for watching.